Hey, good morning guys. How are you guys doing today? Hope you are very well. Happy Friday. And today I have a very special person to interview. It's actually my mentor, a woman that had probably one of the biggest impacts on my life, on my thinking, on my business. So it is absolutely amazing to have Irena Oliver on the call.
Hello, everybody, and thank you, Gediminas, for such amazing introduction.
I'm not done yet. This lady is incredibly successful, super smart, probably the hardest working person that I know in the world. Very good work ethic, and achieved some incredible success. It's a documented leader. So not somebody that just talks the talk, but somebody who walks the walk. Irena actually has built a home-based business to over 50,000 people in her team and has reached an income of over £50,000 per month, right? Not to mention numerous holidays received as gifts, free Mercedes cards, but most importantly, have helped hundreds of other people become financially free, receive, car bonuses, receive, holiday incentives and things like that. So not only about herself, but also about helping other people too. So it is absolute pleasure to pick her brain because I pick her brain all the time. Actually, I come to her house 3 times a week. They say success rubs off, and success leaves clues. So I want to get as much of that success from her as possible, but I don't want to be greedy and just keep that success to myself. I want to actually share Irena to you guys too, because oh my God, you're going to get some great stuff today. So welcome, Irena.
Thank you. And as you mentioned, Gediminas, it's everyone knows me by my credo: simplicity, excitement, and speed.
Exactly.
The more simply we introduce our business to others, is the better. Excitement. How can you be not excited if you're using fantastic, unbelievable good products for, for very good price? And how can you be excited and do it slowly?
Absolutely. So I want to actually pick up these because this is not just like 3 random words that Irena says. As long as I've known her, that has been her motto, her credo, her day-to-day way of life: simplicity, excitement, and speed. So I actually wanted to pick up on each of those and to really look into each of those words and why are they important. So first of all, simplicity, especially in a home-based business, in network marketing. Do you think it's important to keep it simple, to keep it understandable?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing too much complicated, people think, oh my God, I cannot do that. I cannot repeat that, what you're doing. And because in everyday life, everyone is busy. And but everyone can know how to put lipstick on, yeah. Everyone knows how to take perfume and spray. And everyone knows how to go and wash a sink. It depends whom you're talking to.
Exactly.
If I'm talking to you, I could not demonstrate on you shampoo.
I know how to put a lipstick on, that's for sure.
For that reason, I always have with me some products, even when I'm flying somewhere, even on plane. I'm trying to use my products publicly. And sometimes I even playing game like I using that also to attract people's attention. Absolutely,
because in a home-based business, especially, I think any business, but especially network marketing, it's all about duplication. And what is duplication? It's a fancy word for copying. Like, can you copy yourself? Can you clone yourself, right? And the only way to clone yourself or to create copies of yourself is by showing other people how to do what you do. So if what you do is super complicated and super difficult, then it's difficult for other people to copy. But what you just heard here, it's gold. Like, people look for a secret in network marketing, secret in home-based business. What did Irena just say? Using products, showing them to other people, right? How difficult that is. Like anybody can take a product and go to somebody, hey, take a look at that, smell it, taste it, touch it, feel it, how does it, like it's simple, but it's duplicatable. Like anybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? But Irena didn't just say, well, you need to know every ingredient in every product that you have out of 1,000 products. You need to know composition and milligrams. And no, that's complicated. Showing a product to somebody is simple, isn't it?
Actually, I just can demonstrate these products just by showing how I'm using and how they work. I don't know ingredients, but I know that a lot of people study it and they are very, very good. So for me, let's say about home products, I got my friend Valenia Vitalia. She is like a got degree scientist in chemistry. So means if she is telling me that it's good and it's written and so many people like confirming me that, why should I remember all these ingredients?
Exactly. So again, it's an amazing tip, right? So I'm just gonna pick up on some of these things so you catch on, guys. So again, success in business, a lot of people have this mindset, this mentality, and there's even a saying where people say, if you want to get it done, you have to do it yourself. Or if you want to do it properly, you have to do it yourself. That's like the worst advice if you want to succeed in business, if you want to scale up. Because if you have to do everything yourself, if you have to be best at everything, if you have to know everything, oh my God, you're never going to start.
So if someone already started, first thing you need to go to chemistry and to buy plaster and put on your mouth.
Exactly.
And listen what person who invited you telling you to do.
Exactly.
That is the most difficult, because people when they're excited, they think they know much better as all sponsors all together, and they think they're going to create their wheels and they're going to buy bicycle and they're going to, of course, we're going to be even more happy when they duplicate us and overcome us.
So true. But yeah, I mean, what Irena just touched upon is a skill or a quality of being coachable. And most people say, well, I'm coachable. What does coachable mean? Coachable means, are you able to learn? Are you able to listen and follow instructions? And everybody says, well, yeah, of course I can follow instructions. Most people say it, but not many people actually can follow instruction or listen to what somebody tells, right? Like when you find these people who are coachable, like we've just got one new person in our business, Algirdas, maybe he's even going to be watching this video. He's super coachable. He's like literally, he's like a sponge and he's listening to what people are saying to him and he's following direction. And the reason why I'm saying it's so important, because I was not coachable when I first got started. I thought I knew better than anybody else. I thought I knew better than Irena or other people. I thought
We're still fighting with him.
Right?
Sometimes.
Absolutely, right? But it took me a while to realize that, hey, if somebody's getting a result I want to get, then I need to listen to what they're telling me instead of trying to reinvent my own thing, etc. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's simplicity. So the next one is excitement. And, like sometimes people say, oh, like some business people or some motivational speakers are all, about motivational, rah. But how important is excitement for success in business?
If I could say someone, please, when you have time, one day you can watch it. Please try this one day. Don't worry, don't hurry. People will never start. If I am excited, I want to share my story, my products with all people around. And you know what? Because and reward now I'm getting when I'm looking at my bank my bank account, I even more excited because the reward I'm getting, because people not buying just products, people buying our excitement. But if we just telling not truth, let's say you just started and you're telling that you're earning millions, so I am capable to demonstrate, to show each penny I am earning, because it's not like from beginning, and my income was not very big. But because I'm just keeping myself excited and idea that we can have so many people around us, also keeping me very excited. I don't know what about you. If someone is greedy, maybe you can think, oh my God, I can earn a lot of money, and you also can be excited.
Exactly.
But the more people you help, the more lives you can touch. That is the excitement. So I sometimes dreaming that like it's my leaders could be much bigger, like and having 100 stars in my first line who are changing people's lives. And then I see like now Gediminas, what kind of trainings he's doing, or my other leaders who study, I say like, oh my God, that is my team. I'm so proud of that. You cannot imagine.
Exactly. So excitement comes in different forms, and don't get me wrong, you don't need to be making 50,000 a month to be excited. I mean, you can get excited at the beginning of your journey about what's to come, about your vision, about things to happen.
Oh yes, Gediminas, you know, from beginning I was making about like maybe 39 pounds, but I was excited and running, going to London looking for people, because people all around me, nobody joined because my English was so bad. You know, can I tell about my journey to London?
Of course.
You know what? For example, like we live in Luton. My husband English, and when I started invited people into business, I was telling, please come, I will show you cheap. Can I sell products, cheap perfumes? Who wants cheap perfumes? Who wants cheap products? Nobody. But so when I learned that you need to talk differently, just say, would you like to try very good products for very good price? Or just simply spray a few, 1, 2, 3, 4 maximum, maybe even enough 2, and see on their face, and then they see big smile. You know what they like.
Exactly.
And later when you show them price, they even like even more.
And that's again, this is actually, I will use this to crush your excuses, to crush your story why you can't become successful. Because many people look at Irena and they go, oh my God, it must have been easy for her, right? But think about it. She came to UK with almost no English, and she started building a business without no English. Now, but of course you have many university degrees, haven't you?
No.
Oh,
by the way,
she hasn't got.
By the way, I will tell you one thing. I'm Lithuanian, and back in my country, I was trying to go to university, but 2 last years in school, doctors prescribed me to teach at home because after flu I have very bad complication, and I could not go study. My dream was to study psychology, what exactly you, Gediminas, finished. But actually, you know, now in this business, I got all knowledge, because what you'll need to learn, how to become friends with people, and psychology.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly.
it.
So, okay, so she couldn't speak English. She doesn't have many university degrees, but probably your parents were very successful business people and you just inherited all the skills and much money from them, right?
You know, my father is very chatty person. He's 87 years old, and yes, maybe I got some character skill from him. But my mother is very quiet and very passionate person, and she is a very caring person. Actually, both my parents are very caring people.
But have they been like successful business people that you...
We never been in any businesses. My mother was very lovable, hard-working tailor, and my father was electrician.
Right. Okay. So.
But they both are my distributors. They both are my biggest supporters. And my mother, now a bit level dropped a bit down, but she used to be golden orchid with our company. And she is now 83 years old and father 87.
Okay, so hang on a second. She couldn't speak English. She hasn't got many university degrees. She doesn't come from a business background, etc. Oh, but probably you must have had very supportive family. Everybody just really supported you, joined your business, helped you to push on. Right? Must have been that. Must have been that.
You know what? My mother, of course, she supported me and she's supporting still now, but she lives in Lithuania. As I live in UK, my husband is English. And you know, he was not supporting me at all. but now he's the biggest my supporter. But from beginning, we nearly divorced. Because, you know, it's like English saying, I will let you go. And not because he didn't love me, but because when I was working badly with all my, prospects in my town, Luton, I was traveling to London, look for normal people who can speak Lithuanian or Russian, because Lithuania was part of Soviet Union before. So I was leaving home before 7, and something was coming back home after 12 after midnight. So means...
I'll stop you here, Irena, because it's super important for you to get this now, right? So many people, when they look at successful people and they are not yet successful, they justify their own lack of success by saying, oh, it must have been easy for that person. They must have had it made. It must be because she was first, or it must be because she was married to an Englishman. They make up these stories in their head to say, oh, it must have been easier for them. But what they don't want to hear is actually, it was challenging. Actually, it was hard work. What Irena just said, did you clock into that? Leaving home with the first train, going, prospecting all day, looking for people all day, coming back with the last train. And that wasn't one day she did that and now she's making 50,000. No. It was many, many days. So they say it takes many nights to become an overnight success, right? So coming back to the excitement, one thing I remember learning from Zig Ziglar, where he said that sales is not a scary thing. Like, people hear sales or salesperson is like, oh, I don't want to be a salesperson. That's a dirty word, right? But actually, sales is nothing more than a transfer of feeling. So if you are excited about your product, you're going to transfer that feeling, and your potential customer will get excited too. And if they get excited about it, they're going to buy it. If you're excited about your business, then you're going to transfer that excitement to your prospect. They'll get excited about your business, they will join. But if you're not excited about your products and about your business, how do you think you're going to get other people to join, right?
Exactly. And for me, that excitement and helped me to start, because our products smell. Our first products, company's flagship is perfumes, and even perfume with pheromones. And what we do, we're working on our mood. If you're using perfume with pheromones, you're feeling much more confident. When you're much more confident, you like yourself. Exactly. And you attract more people. And do you remember such like a feeling when you're going somewhere in a shop or whatever, and you felt someone smell nice? Somebody smile, oh, what's the nice smell, yeah? So, when I was using perfumes, and when people smiling to me, I just smiling back, and that is how you attract people.
Exactly. And actually, Irena just touched on something very important, because if you're just explaining to people, you're explaining your products or you're explaining your business, that is logic. So you're basically engaging person's logic. So you're saying, oh, this is how much you can make, or this is how great ingredients are in our product, and this is the science behind it. And that's totally fine. It's okay to do. However, if you give the person to try the product, whether it's smell, touch, taste, that's feeling. And feeling means it involves emotion. And we are emotional beings. So logic sometimes is not enough for somebody to make a decision to become your customer or your business partner. But when you have logic plus emotion, it becomes much powerful.
Exactly. And you know what? So when I started, I realized when I feel very good, when people telling me compliments, means they like it. That's it. Means when we like it, you just supporting that conversation. And I always had with me, and still have all the time, wherever I go. I flying, I driving, I have examples, and opening in front of people, or spraying myself, or talking about it. And people, because it's our excitement, In the ear is because it's, our products smell, and if you put right fragrance on yourself, people recognize, and some people will tell you, if you're smiling, you're telling them compliments, they might tell you compliment back. That's it.
Okay, so that's excitement. And then the third word in Irena's motto was speed. And you know, there is, I've seen a saying where they say success loves speed. You know, and there are these, again, it's like in the culture, you know, you have the story of the tortoise and the hare, where the rabbit runs very fast, but then he stops to rest, and the turtle in the end wins the race, you know, and the lesson is slow and steady wins the race. But actually, in business, slow and steady kills the business.
Yeah.
So why is the speed important?
Because, can you imagine if you want to make snowmen? One snowflake drops, another snowflake drops, so they melt. So you need to freeze into like icicle till you start do something. So, but if you take a lot of snowflakes, put in a handful, yeah, and later push down the hill. So if it's more snow, that's how business building.
And that's, you know, when you make a snowball and you roll it down the hill and it starts rolling, you know how we call it in business? It's momentum. And if you want your business to take off, it has to get into that momentum. So I love the example of an aeroplane taking off. Now, I don't know how many pilots we have on this Facebook Live, probably none. So I'm going to elaborate a bit on that. So you know when you flying somewhere, you get in an airplane, right? And the airplane will go off the runway, right? Now, guess what? If you went with the acceleration, if you just went, well, let's just do 70%, guess what would happen? You'd hit the trees at the end of the runway. It would not take off. What if you do 80%? It not take off. What if you do 90%? It would not. You have to do 100% to take off the ground and get that lift off. Now, do you have to keep 100% all the time? No, because you would burn through the fuel and you wouldn't get to the place where you want to get. So once the airplane is in the air, then you can throttle down a bit, you know. But to take it off the ground, to take your business off the ground, you need that massive action. And that's the speed, right? Like, you know, we have these examples where they, you know, where they say, you know, you just invite one people a month, you know, and in 13 months you can make very big money because one invites one and it becomes two, and two invites two becomes four. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I got a very example for that. You know what? This business like flu epidemic. Like, people better catching all viruses who are not very strong immune system, yeah? Means they are who are maybe ready for they broke or hungry for better life or got vision which before they not realize that they want to do something and great things, yeah. So let's say you got a flu and you sneezing. So if you want more people be ill, you need to go in place, let's say, where are more people, on train, on bus, and you sneeze. Some people who not very strong financially, and they looking for something, they probably will get your bad virus. And if you take 10 or 20 people who got virus and you go to stadium where like famous like footballers playing, and if you sneeze and sneeze around because you need look for people, so you sneezing around and going and sneezing and everyone doing the same, so next day would be epidemic.
Exactly, and that's how the business works. You know, once you get fired up, once you get passionate, that speed is of the essence, because you know what leaders do, they compress time. So instead of, you know, waiting around, instead of, you know, just, oh well, maybe tomorrow.
So
maybe
now
next
you can
week.
take like tell that our example.
Actually, I said that example in one of my other videos, but the idea is that leaders take action. You know, observing Irena, one thing I've seen time and time again, that she doesn't procrastinate. You see, unsuccessful people, they'll go, well, I'll start it next week. I'll start it next. Well, from New Year's for sure. Well, when the kids go back to school, then yeah, and their whole life is just waiting for that special moment. What I've seen Irena and many other leaders, but Irena in particular, is that let's say an opportunity arises where somebody might be interested in a business. Now, most amateurs, most unsuccessful people, they'll say, well, I'll call them tomorrow. I'll call them, when it's free. For Irena, doesn't matter. It's 10 o'clock at night. She'll call the person.
For me, that is most horrible time when I need to look. Maybe people sleeping or not. So sometimes maybe I'm calling someone. So forgive me about that, because I cannot keep excitement inside me. For me, there is no too early, there is no too late.
But that's what gets the results. And now, doing it now, Irena recruits a lot of people on airplanes, in airports, at shops, etc. So she doesn't wait for the perfect moment. I'll wait for everything to be ideal, and then no. If the opportunity arises there and then, she'll go after it. And that's what separates leaders of that speed. Again, it's speed. Speed in making a decision to act. I see an opportunity, I act on it, instead of, it's not ideal, it's a bit raining, you know what I mean?
Better be ready and don't have it, but when opportunity is and you're not ready.
Exactly. Now, another thing that I've seen Irena do a lot, as she grows this incredible, huge business and amazing leadership, an amazing team, is that she challenges people. So, what does it mean? Well, challenging people to become better, to reach higher level, to do more, to push themselves harder, to squeeze more out of themselves. Do you think that's important, challenging people? Or if you left them alone to their own devices, would they not just become successful anyway?
Maybe yes, maybe not, but most likely not. Because one of leader in Las Vegas told, yes, you need to be comfortable to be not in comfortable zone. Because I also pushing myself. It's not so easy. It's not so easy, guys. Who knows me that I'm scared to do with lives by I'm doing now with Gediminas together. Because
I'm now challenging her.
Yeah, because for me it's I don't know how to talk just to camera when nobody talking. So I just I need, because I'm old school person, yeah. So when I see people eyes, I know how to talk, and my mind's going faster as because English not very good, still. So I'm just forgetting I will forget what I want to say.
And she's very humble when she says, well, I know how to. She's a master of communication. One-to-one, I don't know a better person, and we'll get it a little bit in a minute about how she communicates with people. She's incredible, right? But again, hey, is an example for you. It's an idea for you that even successful people have some things that they're always working on, right? Even somebody like Irena building amazing, huge international business, making this incredible income, she's not perfect, right? She's still got things that she's working on constantly, right? Which again is growing yourself, isn't it?
Yes, and that is my challenge. So if you see me in future, of course you will, not if, but when you will see me doing more lives, and not just not just for example, now I think it's my challenge is because I don't know in which language to talk, because it's on my Facebook group all people Lithuanians, Russians, English speaking, so I don't know which language to start. So maybe
Chinese,
maybe it's excuse. No, I cannot speak Chinese yet. Who knows? Maybe one day.
Okay, another thing that I want to touch upon again, what I see successful people do and unsuccessful people avoid is risk. Most people, and I think we are designed by nature like that, where we are made to be safe. Like evolution-wise, it made sense to be safe, to be protected, to avoid taking risks. When we were cavemen going out there after the tiger and the bear and the mammoth, maybe it was evolutionary clever to be safe. But nowadays, I heard somebody say that safe is the new risky. And by observing you and your journey, I've seen that many times you take risk where other person wouldn't. Do you think that's important? Do you think that might be to do something with your success? That the fact that you're not afraid to take a risk?
Every risk, what if you succeed? Yeah, I'm not afraid to be successful.
Yeah, because a lot of people ask, well, what's the worst that can happen? Instead, why not ask, what's the best that can happen?
You know what can happen? You buying good products, let's say toothpaste, and your teeth becoming whiter, yeah, and you didn't want that, yeah. You using good quality perfume, and people telling you more compliments. You feeling more excited. You feeling more confident. Is it bad? If you're using supplements, your health become better, and you look younger. That is risk. So what can we do?
Exactly. Or like putting yourself out there, and maybe approaching somebody about your business. It's a risk. It's a risk that they will laugh at you. It's a risk that you will fail, right? But again, unless you take that risk, you can't get the success, isn't it? Or risk investing in yourself. Irena is one of the people, again, that's probably one of the people that invests more in herself than anybody else that I know. She spends a lot of money, a lot of time traveling and learning from other people. Like it's actually like almost opposite. When I look at people who are not successful, they say, I know everything already. I don't need to go to the training. And then this lady, super successful, making huge money, she's going to the training every other month. Why?
Why? Because I like challenging myself. Maybe it's my challenge. And I like challenging others. Let's say you Gediminas, yeah. So that's why you think, guys, he always been like this, such good like speaker, and even in interviewing and training everyone. So now he's the best trainer in my team, and now. But I still challenging him.
Absolutely, right? So it's all about, again, that risk, which everything is risky, but you have to choose your risky, because that's going to take you to the next level. Now, the last thing I wanted to touch on today, Irena, is about communication, because I think, like not just in business, I think everywhere in life, success is a lot about relationships and about communicating with other people. And there's certain things that I observe that you do, which is insane. It's just like, it's incredible, right? Like one of the things you always do when you're communicating with new people, when you're meeting people, you're always complimenting them. Why do you do that?
Because I really, from my heart, love people. And I looking in each person, not what is wrong with him, but what good. And who don't like compliments? Everyone likes compliments, even me. So when you smiling to people, they're smiling you back. When you telling people compliments, they're telling you back. It's like it just need to be, for me, that's already organic. I even not like I'm not realizing how I'm doing. So if you never did that, so try go around on streets somewhere, say hello and tell something nice to people, and you will see how we react. I never ever met any single person who tell me, what's your problem? It depends if they say, hello, oh, you look great today, or maybe I know you from somewhere, like something. So I remember your like smile or something, whatever, or nice clothes, or say, oh, Gediminas, I like your like watch, for example, yeah, or something, yeah. So where did you buy something? Even that.
Yeah. So when it comes to communication, very often people associate communication with talking. How can I talk better? What can I say better? But actually a lot of communication is about listening. And again, what Irene is really good at is getting to know people. We as network marketers, as home-based business owners, very often, because we're so excited and we spoke about excitement, we just want to talk. We want to tell people about our products, about the business, about everything. And we forget to actually listen to that person, to get to really know them, to learn their story. But I noticed that you, Irena, you're always asking questions about the person, about their life, about their home, about their family, why would you do that?
because I'm really interested in what we're doing, what I like. And again, I'm looking for how could they maybe, how can I help them? Or maybe how we could fit in my life. And maybe even if I'm not happy about life or some money-wise, maybe how can I help them?
You see?
But if I could ask you, do you need money? Every single person, even most broke person, would say, no, I'm okay.
Exactly. So it's like I've heard it so many times where new people, especially in business, they say, well, how can I convince people to join my business? How can I convince people to buy my products? And I go, well, that's the problem. You're trying to convince a person. If you do what Irena does and you get to know that person, if you clocked in what she just said, by asking these questions, by getting to know the person tells her everything she needs to know to get them into the business or to get them to use the product. Because when she, instead of straight away assuming and giving all the information about how great her business is, because she's asking that person and digging deeper, the person tells by themselves, well, I'm not happy about this thing, or I would like this thing in my life, or my dream is about this thing. And now you basically just fit your business into their life because they already told you what they want, isn't it?
Yeah. If I say, oh, if you said, let's say, drive, I say, oh, fantastic job. You could say, oh no, I'm tired. Yeah. So listen, not just yourself, not listen what just you asking, listen what people telling you back.
Exactly.
And support them, yeah. And later, so means I understood that you don't like this and this and this. So maybe are you looking for other opportunity? Are you open?
So true, right? So guys, I hope you got some value from this interview. You know, I know Irena, she's like a bank of knowledge and wisdom, and we could spend hours and hours here talking because it's just so many things that I've learned from Irena. But I hope over the last how many minutes we did this live, you got some great tips and advice. If you did got value from this video, I would really ask you to share this video, you know, because maybe somebody else that you know needs to hear this message too. Maybe they also need to hear these ideas to progress in their business, to get results in their business, to maybe even earn more money. And if you did get some value, drop us a comment. Let us know what was the biggest takeaway for you in this live. What was maybe a thing that you've never heard before, or maybe you heard but it just really from a different angle. So let us know, you know, drop some comments, you know, let us know what you got out of this video, because you know, we love giving you guys value. I love introducing you to Irena. If you haven't followed Irena yet, I did tag her on this video, so make sure you go to her profile and follow her, because you'll see more stuff about her and about her success that you can learn from, you know, because again, successful people, success leaves clues.
Can I add something?
Of course.
And some of you who may be following Gediminas but don't know what exactly he's doing. So you need to join his team, simply to join his team, because this guy is powerhouse. He is doing incredible things, and see you at the top.
See you later, guys. Have an awesome day. Have a lovely weekend. Love you loads. See you at the top. Bye for now.
Bye.